We have arrived at the ski lodge in Mount Ashland on a crisp October morning. We are just getting ready to hike up to some people call it the golf ball. It's the NOAA weather radar station, and it doesn't look that far from this particular angle, and actually it isn't, but it's an uphill climb all the way to about 7,500 feet. And so we should have a good exercise, and we'll get some spectacular views when we get up there. Already some spectacular views right from here, so we'll take a look at some of those as we go. So we're off to the top of Mount Ashland for a beautiful, beautiful hike. That's where we're headed generally. You can't quite see the NOAA weather radar station from this view, but it's up there, and we are going to get there. It's going to take us a while, but we will get there. It's about 2.5 miles up to the peak and 2.5 back. Although I might go down the other side of the mountain. We'll see. It's a fair amount of snow. Well, decent amount of snow, so I might stay on the road. We'll see. I'm already out of breath. We are at a pretty good altitude up here, so the air is a tiny bit thin. I think you kind of notice that, or at least I think I do. We'll see some views of Mount Shasta to the south, the Three Sisters to the north, and Ashland City, Medford. That's if we make it to the top. We'll see how it goes. But I keep using the same phrase, but it's a beautiful morning, and it is crisp and clear, and we're off to a good start. As we saw, there's some light snow on the trail, and that kind of adds to the character of the whole thing. I like it. There's something like 23 trails up here on 200 acres, but I almost never see anybody hiking anywhere up here. Get the whole place to yourself. It's perfect. You gotta love it. About 1.25 miles to go. We are, again, continuing to gain on it. We'll get there. We are approaching a sort of critical point in the hike. That's where we get to veer off on the road that goes up to the peak, and from there I think there's a sign that says it's another mile to the peak. We're gaining on it, as we used to say, and as you can see, it's still crystal clear out here, and a fair amount of snow on the road, so we're watching our step and looking forward to getting to the top. We have reached the fork in the road, and we're going up toward the peak of Mount Ashland, 7,500 feet, as I said. This road here to my left goes ultimately into Phoenix, Oregon, of course, and occasionally, in fact, we just saw a truck pass through here headed in that general direction. Don't know how far he's headed. But behind me, just this beautiful, beautiful, lightly covered in snow mountains. It's just gorgeous out here. And there's also a shelter back there, an emergency shelter, about 1 mile or so off in the distance, maybe a little more, I'm not sure. But in any case, that's available for hikers that get stranded during the heavy snows. We're nowhere near that right now. But we are enjoying the reasonably cool weather, reasonably warm weather. I was going to say it's really chilly, but in any case, we'll head up to the top of Mount Ashland now, and hope you're enjoying the hike. Just sort of trudging my way up to the top. The pace has slowed a little bit. It is pretty high altitude up here. Air is kind of thin, and it's kind of hard work. It's a pretty steep incline the entire way. As I said, there's some beautiful views up here. I neglected to mention Mount McLaughlin in my list of potential good views. That is Mount McLaughlin, about 10,000 feet of elevation, and obviously got a good dusting of snow recently. It will probably be covered with snow, have snow on it for the rest of the season, I would guess. That's just my guess. We are in late October, and great view, and you gotta love it. That's all I gotta say. It's just gorgeous up here. As promised, there's the NOAA weather satellite dish. That is our ultimate goal. We'll go up a few more 100 feet or so and reach our goal. So we will have accomplished what we set out to do today. And I just can't say it enough. It's just beautiful up here. Mount Shasta in this direction, Mount Pitt or Mount McLaughlin, whatever you want to call it, that direction. And just snow-covered hillsides everywhere. So really beautiful up here. Well worth the trip. It's a bit of a hike, all uphill pretty much, and we do get into some elevation gains. So it's a challenge, but it's worth it. So glad you joined me. We will don't go away yet because we are almost finished. We'll head up to the top and finish up there. Well, we made it to the top of Mount Ashland, 7,532 feet. It's no small accomplishment, especially when it's freezing cold like this. I think it's still in the mid-30s at best. Lots of light snow on the trail and on the mountains around us. The view is just gorgeous from up here. Mount McLaughlin behind me. There's Mount Shasta that direction. We've got the Rogue Valley over here, and just this great mountainous terrain surrounding us. It's beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed the hike. We had great views, a great exercise, and a great reward when we got to the top. So thanks for tagging along with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's do another one soon.